Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a truly extraordinary journey into a life shaped by really unexpected turns, profound regrets, and this unyielding quest for understanding.
Yeah.
This deep dive is based on a raw, powerful account shared by one of our listeners. It's like a case study, really,
Yeah.
and it reveals remarkable insights into the nature of cause and effect, often understood through the lens of karma and redemption.
Absolutely.
Our mission, as always, is to unpack the most important nuggets of knowledge from this individual story, offering you a unique shortcut to understanding life's intricate dance of actions and consequences.
And while this story is so deeply personal, it really holds universal lessons for all of us. It's a vivid illustration of how past actions can echo profoundly in the present, and how our personal choices, big or small, truly shape our destiny. We'll be exploring not just what happened, but why it matters, and what we can learn about the fundamental principles that govern our lives, all through the perspective of the Buddhist tradition this listener follows.
Okay, so let's begin right at the start. His formative years. He was born into a family that splintered early on. His parents separated when he was just 7.
Only 7, wow.
Yeah, and the reason? His father's extreme infidelity, having multiple wives. The account describes this really dramatic scene where his mother pushed past her limit, actually attacked one of the mistresses with wooden clogs.
Goodness.
That had nails embedded in them. After that, she just left his father to raise 5 children alone.
A truly tumultuous beginning. And what's striking about the father's life itself is the paradox, isn't it?
Totally.
He failed in conventional businesses, but then found immense success in ventures often considered, immoral: hotels, bathhouses, go-go bars.
Right.
And despite all this success, our listener noted his father never engaged in any Buddhist merit-making activities. None at all.
Yeah, a stark contrast in values. And the individual himself, the one whose story we're exploring, he also deviated from a traditional Buddhist path early on.
How so?
Well, his father sent him to a foreign school in the bustling Salem area, and there he regularly participated in Catholic Church activities. So he grew increasingly distant from his own inherited faith.
Oh,
But
yeah.
here's where it gets really interesting. Despite that early drift, there was the surprising spiritual pull.
Oh,
While he was 2 years into medical school, he read a Dharma book, and it said every man should ordain to repay his parents' kindness. So he did it. He decided to ordain.
wow, quite a shift.
But he was only able to stay for 7 short days. His father came directly to the monastic cell and demanded he disrobe.
No, his father stopped him.
Yes. He describes feeling profound sadness and regret, actually having to leave the monkhood with tears in his eyes.
That's heartbreaking, and it's remarkable how these early life experiences, particularly the father's influence and this interrupted ordination, seem to set a foundational pattern,
Yeah, definitely.
It's almost as if the father's life, with its moral paradoxes, mirrored elements that would later appear in the son's journey. It suggests this theme of inherited patterns or maybe deep karmic connections already at play.
Yeah, that is a powerful observation. And that pattern, it just continued into his adulthood, but with even greater challenges.
Right.
Despite that early spiritual inclination, he admits to becoming wild, just like his father. This led to significant academic struggles. He barely graduated medical school in 6 years, nearly failing grades in every subject.
6 years, wow. Struggled through.
Totally. After finally becoming a doctor, he describes this pattern of serial infidelity, relationships with over 20 different women. Sometimes he even brought them home.
While married.
While married. He rationalized it by thinking, well, it wasn't wrong if the women weren't married themselves.
Okay. The rationalizations we make.
Exactly. Yet throughout all of his repeated betrayals, his wife's loyalty remained unwavering. She never left him, endured countless heartaches.
That's incredible loyalty. And it's such a striking contrast, isn't it, between his personal conduct and his professional life as a doctor. Even though, as we'll see, the two eventually intersect in a pretty dark way, it raises that important question. How do these seemingly separate parts of life, our personal choices and our professional actions, how do they influence and converge, ultimately shaping a person's karmic landscape?
And that convergence you mentioned became tragically clear when he started performing abortions.
Yes.
Around 1983, a friend requested his help, and he began doing them. The account describes really graphic details, using instruments to dilate, forceps to pull out the fetus, scraping the uterus for pregnancies over 3 months.
It's difficult to hear.
It is. He even mentioned one of his own patients was a woman he was involved with.
Oh, wow.
An elder doctor warned him that it was sinful, but he just dismissed it, saw it as merely part of his profession.
Just a job.
Right. He only stopped performing abortions after he got sued by a subordinate.
So it took a lawsuit, not the warning.
Exactly. And not long after that, at age 47, he developed Parkinson's disease.
47, that's young for Parkinson's.
It is. It manifested as stiffness in his right knee and arm, shaking, unsteadiness, slowness. He tried numerous treatments, everything from modern medicine to traditional remedies, even cosmic energy, and 42 sessions of acupuncture.
Wow.
With over 100 needles each time. But all of it was without success.
Nothing worked.
Nothing. And the financial burden was immense, too. In late 2004, he underwent really expensive brain surgery, over $1 million baht to implant a stimulator. His wife had to take out a loan to cover the costs.
Again, the wife's stepping up.
Always. And even then, the treatments only alleviated his suffering. They never fully cured him.
You can almost see the life spiraling, can't you? Like these seemingly unconnected events are now drawing together. The physical suffering, the financial strain, it all seems to converge.
Yeah.
It really prompts us to consider if all these difficulties could be linked to a deeper underlying cause, perhaps stemming from actions he previously dismissed as, just professional duties.
And the suffering became so intense that he attempted suicide 5 times.
5 times. Unbelievable.
The first time, he overdosed on sleeping pills, intending to die. But instead, he just slept soundly and felt more energetic when he woke up.
That's strange.
Isn't it? A week later, he increased the dosage to 30 pills. Only felt weak for 2 days, then returned to normal.
Still didn't work.
The week after that, he changed methods, threw himself down 11 stairs.
Oh my goodness.
Resulted only in a bruised back and sprained neck. Recovered in 2 weeks.
Just keep surviving.
His 4th attempt was electrocution. Wrapped wires around his fingers, plugged them in, but the plug kept disconnecting after each shock 3 times. He got fed up, he said.
Fed up with failing suicide.
Apparently. His 5th and final, most desperate attempt was truly harrowing. He hung himself with a belt from his bedpost, intending a graceful death.
Oh, no.
His breath faded, face swelled, tongue protruded, ears rang, vision blurred. Until just before he lost consciousness, he struggled violently and the belt broke.
The belt broke.
The belt broke. Left only a mark on his neck for a day.
Incredible. Just incredible resilience, or maybe something else protecting him.
Well, this terrifying ordeal was his ultimate turning point, his spiritual awakening.
After all that.
Yeah. Around 9 months before sharing this account, an older doctor friend from the same medical school, actually, encouraged him to install a Dhammakaya dish.
Okay, the satellite TV for the teachings.
Exactly. From that specific lineage of Thai Buddhism focusing on inner peace, mindfulness. After 5 months of watching, he became deeply aware of his sins and felt this intense fear of falling into, a lower realm of existence, into hell.
The teachings really hit home.
They did. This led him to build a personal Buddha image, which brought him a profound sense of peace, even though his physical pain continued.
So some solace, finally.
Some. And after that 5th suicide attempt, where he specifically prayed for help from Longku and Grandma Ajarn, these revered spiritual teachers in that tradition,
Wow.
He never thought of suicide again.
That prayer, that connection, seemed to be the key.
It seems so. He now dedicates his remaining life to making as much merit as possible and aspires to follow his big teacher to Dusitburi, that celestial realm they aim for.
Quite a turnaround. From the depths of despair to this dedication.
It really is. And as he began to grapple with all these experiences, he naturally sought answers, didn't he? Wondering about the karmic roots of his life's events.
Makes sense. You'd want to understand why.
Exactly. For instance, he really wanted to understand why his family life had been so tumultuous from the start. And what the source revealed about that was, well, quite insightful.
So what did it say? Why the broken home, the mother leaving?
The source attributes it to light past sexual misconduct on his part in a previous life.
Oh, okay. So past actions setting the stage.
Right. This insight highlights that broader principle. How our actions, even seemingly minor ones, can weave complex patterns into our future relationships, our family dynamics, shaping the environments we're born into.
And it also clarified, didn't it, that his current womanizing was new karma.
Yes, exactly. That was on him in this life, not just an echo of the past.
Got it. And he also wondered about him and his father, right? Why they shared that womanizing nature, why they were born father and son.
Yeah, what was that connection?
Well, the explanation given is that they were friends in a past life. And the father, back then as a friend, encouraged and even paid for his visits to brothels,
Oh, really?
mistakenly thinking it was some kind of act of merit, like helping a friend out. This misguided intention, the source says, bound them together across lifetimes, leading to their shared tendencies and their current father-son relationship.
Wow. So a karmic connection rooted in a specific shared action, even if the intention was totally off base.
Precisely. Misguided merit.
And what about his father's success in those immoral businesses? Despite never making Buddhist merit, could his father still be helped? That was another question he had.
Yeah, really important one. The source explains the father's success stemmed from general charity in past lives, just basic generosity.
Oh.
But critically, it lacked specific Buddhist merit-making, actions aligned with spiritual growth or clear good intentions in that sense. And he also apparently made a wrong wish after seeing a friend's brothel business flourish, wishing for the same kind of success for himself.
Ooh, that sounds problematic.
Very. The teachings warn that if, before death, images of these negative actions appear in his mind, they could lead him to a dark destiny, a lower realm.
So is there hope?
Yes, the solution offered is clear. The father needs to start making merit now, through charity, upholding morality, meditation, and focus on a Buddha image to purify his mind. It emphasizes that it's never too late to start purifying past actions through new, wholesome efforts.
That's a powerful message of hope, definitely. Okay, another key area he wanted clarity on was his spiritual path. Why was he sent to that foreign school, distancing him from Buddhism? And why, when he did gain faith and tried to ordain, was it cut short after only 7 days by his own father?
Right, that interrupted ordination. His distance from Buddhism and that short stint as a monk were attributed to a past lack of wise friends, good spiritual companions, and also not encouraging others to do good deeds.
Okay, so like not supporting other spiritual journeys.
Exactly. More specifically, the source says he had discouraged a friend from ordaining for a full rains retreat that's usually 3 months. He told the friend 7 days was more than enough for someone intelligent like him.
Oh, dear.
And later, he even encouraged that same friend to disrobe early. So this verbal karma, advising against deeper practice, came back to him directly as an interruption to his own spiritual journey.
Wow, that's incredibly specific. A direct rebound.
Very direct illustration of how our advice and influence on others can circle back to affect our own lives.
It's fascinating how specific these karmic connections are presented. Okay, then he asked about a childhood accident. At age 7, he fell 3 meters through a ceiling
3 meters.
into a room with over 100 sharp Buddha statues below. But somehow, miraculously, he survived by catching himself. Was this past or present karma what saved him?
And the answer?
The source says his fall was due to his naughty child karma in the present, just being careless, basically, but his survival, that was due to past general charity, good deeds done before.
So present actions caused the fall, past merit saved him. Interesting mix.
Yeah. Next, he really wanted to know if his Parkinson's and the brain surgery were a result of his sexual misconduct, kame panatibat, as it's called in the Buddhist context.
That's a common question, linking illness to specific types of misconduct. What was the verdict here?
Well, according to the source, his Parkinson's and surgery were directly linked to past killing, specifically killing animals for food, and primarily his current abortion karma.
Ah, the abortions again. Central.
Very central. Alcohol consumption, both past and present, was also listed as a contributing factor.
So multiple streams converging into this illness. It highlights how different negative actions can compound, manifesting as severe suffering. Our physical well-being deeply intertwined with ethical conduct.
Definitely. Okay, and what about his wife's incredible loyalty? Why did she stay with him despite everything? What was her karma to meet him, and his karma to meet such a good wife? And crucially, would her forgiveness lighten his negative karma?
Right, the dynamic with the wife is key. Her unwavering devotion was attributed to her own past light sexual misconduct from a life when she was in a male form.
Her karma led her to him.
Yes, it led her to a womanizing husband in this life. But his meeting her was due to his merit. Merit from helping distressed people in the past. And guess who that distressed person was in a previous life?
Let me guess. Her.
Exactly. It was her. So their connection was woven from both sides, from past actions and merits, and her forgiveness. The source confirms, yes, it will indeed lessen his karma related to her, specifically the suffering he caused her.
That speaks volumes about compassion and these connections across lifetimes, doesn't it?
It really does.
He also inquired about his wife's specific health issues: gallstones, stomach pain, dizziness, and a ruptured eardrum. Any karmic causes identified for those?
Yes, quite specific again. Her gallstones, stomach pain, and dizziness were attributed directly to the immense stress caused by his infidelity and the women he brought home.
So a direct physical manifestation of the emotional pain he caused.
Seems so. And her ruptured eardrum. That was linked to a past life where he, in a male form then, had slapped his wife's ear, who was her in that life, to silence her protests against his minor wives. That slap caused her ear to become inflamed back then, and the effect echoed into this life as a ruptured eardrum.
Good grief. That is incredibly direct, a karmic echo across lifetimes showing the impact of violence, even seemingly minor, on those closest.
Very specific consequences laid out.
Okay, so given all this negative karma accumulating, he understandably wanted to know if his past good deeds, his own short ordination, his son's ordination, creating that Buddha image, other merits, would they actually help lessen this heavy load?
A crucial question. And the source confirms, yes, his accumulated merit from these actions will reduce his heavy karma, make it less severe than it otherwise would be.
Oh, okay, so there's mitigation.
There is. However, it strongly emphasizes that he needs to do much more because the weight of the negative actions, especially the abortions, is so significant.
Right.
It advises consistent practice, charity, morality, and especially meditation. Even if he struggles with concentration, it has what he calls samadhi san, or a short attention span. The advice is to do it bit by bit, as consistently as possible. It's really about persistent effort, not giving up.
That makes sense. Which brings us back to those 5 suicide attempts. Why did he survive each one? What karma compelled him to attempt suicide in the first place? And the big one,
Right.
Will he have suicidal thoughts in future lives? And how can he prevent that?
Okay, let's break that down. His survival of 5 severe attempts was primarily attributed to the merit of his 7-day ordination, performed with genuine faith.
Just 7 days, but done with faith.
Exactly. The quality of intention. The source likens this merit to a powerful protective shield, even referencing how wealthy patrons supporting the Dhamma are protected. It illustrates how even a short period of sincere monastic practice can create potent positive karma.
That's amazing. And the origin of the suicidal thoughts themselves.
The source is very direct here. His suicidal thoughts were a direct result of his abortion karma, the killing of others.
Wow. A direct link between taking life and wanting to end one's own.
A powerful and sobering connection presented there. And to prevent such thoughts in future lives, the advice is equally direct. Accumulate vast amounts of merit through charity, morality, meditation, and pray daily, making a firm resolution to completely eradicate this thought pattern from his mind stream. Continuous effort and aspiration.
Constant vigilance and positive action. He also mentioned struggling with his spiritual practice, asking why he had such a short attention span and difficulty meditating. How could he overcome that?
Yes, the samadhi san. It's linked in the source to past and present alcohol consumption.
Ah, okay. That makes sense physiologically, too.
It does. The suggested solution is consistent chanting. Things like Itipiso Phagava, that traditional Buddhist chant praising the Buddha's virtues. Even if it's done imperfectly at first, chanting helps train the mind, building concentration over time.
Like mental push-ups.
Kind of. He's advised to chant loudly until tired, then try meditating. To alternate between chanting and meditation, treating them like different foods for the mind. It's about finding practical ways to work with your specific mind, whatever its tendencies.
I like that analogy. Foods for the mind. Okay, so with so much heavy negative karma, the womanizing, the abortions, he also wondered how could he really lighten it, maybe even absolve it? And how could he forget his painful past mistakes when they just kept lingering in his mind?
Yeah, the weight of regret. The advice given is quite active. He's told to consciously forget his past mistakes every single day, morning, noon, night, before sleep, during sleep. Upon waking, make a deliberate effort to let go of dwelling on them.
Just decide to forget.
Consciously redirect the mind. This conscious effort, combined with constant merit-making, chanting, meditation, good deeds, will help cleanse his mind over time. It's not passive forgetting, it's active replacement and purification.
Okay, that's clear.
And the source uses the incredibly powerful analogy of Angulimala.
The mass murderer from the scriptures.
Exactly. A man who killed hundreds, wore a garland of fingers, yet through profound repentance and diligent practice under the Buddha's guidance, he became an arahant, a fully enlightened being.
Wow.
It presented as the ultimate message of hope and the potential for transformation, proof that even the most severe karma can be fundamentally overcome through consistent good deeds and dedicated mind purification.
That's a very powerful example to offer. Finally, he asked about his connection to the group, that community of practitioners around his big teacher. Was he a king's soldier in the past, as sometimes happens in these lineages? And why did he reconnect with them now, so late in life, when his physical and financial situation was so challenging? And ultimately, how could he achieve his goal of following the big teacher to Dusitbury?
Right, his connection to the community and his ultimate goal. The source reveals that yes, he and his wife were connected in a past life. They were support staff for the group, making merit with them for a while.
So they were involved before.
They were, but they later left due to some conflict and disappointment. However, the past merit they did accumulate was strong enough to draw them back in this life, even though it was in old age and under difficult circumstances.
That really underscores the enduring power of past wholesome connections, doesn't it? Even if interrupted.
Absolutely. And to achieve his ultimate goal, reaching Dusitbury. The advice is straightforward. Strive with full effort now, make as much merit as possible, purify the mind, and pray sincerely to follow the big teacher without separation. It's about total dedication in the time he has left.
So, putting it all together, what does this all mean? This deep dive into one man's life, it just lays bare the intricate workings of karma, doesn't it? Showing us how actions, intentions, even our words can ripple through lifetimes, manifesting in really surprising and often challenging ways. It's such a complex tapestry woven by our choices.
It really is. And through all the complexity, it carries this clear, unwavering message. No matter how heavy the past seems, no matter how dark things get, there is always a path forward, a path to redemption and purification through consistent effort, sincere repentance, and accumulating merit. The emphasis is always on active transformation in the present. It highlights that destiny isn't fixed. It's constantly being shaped by our choices right now.
And this story profoundly emphasizes the incredible power of even what seems like a small act of sincere faith, like that 7-day ordination. How it could protect and guide a life through seemingly insurmountable obstacles. It really drives home that it's about the quality of intention, not just the duration or quantity of the act.
Exactly. Quality over quantity sometimes. Looking at the bigger picture, it suggests that our present circumstances aren't just random chance. There are these intricate threads woven from our own past and present choices, our intentions, even the subtle desires we hold in our hearts. It gives you a profound sense of agency, I think.
It does. So for you, the listener, maybe consider this. How might understanding this long reach of cause and effect, this idea that even seemingly small actions can have profound consequences down the line, how might that change the way you view your own life's challenges? Or even your successes? What seemingly minor actions might you be taking now that could have unforeseen consequences in your future?
And flipping that around, if even the subtlest thought or desire can set a karmic pattern in motion, what new intentions or efforts might you begin today, right now, to consciously shape your destiny in a more wholesome, positive direction? What small change could you make?